some years ago, but I decided to make a record like in the old days, where it only come out on a record. So it says only on vinyl. People said, "Oh, that's kind of funny, Steve." But we're going to get it on our phone, right? So I made it. It's all on tape, just like back in the '60s, '70s. No digital, no computers, no. And so we. I was telling these guys about this yesterday, actually. I go, so we were like at these big fests, like playing with Metallica and all these things. We'd be out. I go, "Here's our new record." Everybody go, "Yeah!" It's called Only on Vinyl. Yeah! That means you can only hear it on vinyl. Yeah! They go, and you don't hear it on your telephone. And it's not on Spotify. And it's never going to be. So many crazy people in the world. It's beautiful, man. Wow. You know, I'm not very smart commercially, however. Make a record that no one can buy, Steve. Oh, okay, that's good. So here's that song I was telling you about, Last Season of America. So me and my wife a couple of years ago, we decided to drive from Miami all the way across America to LA. And we was wanted to go the southern route through Louisiana and Mississippi and Texas and shit like that, and Arizona and New Mexico, kind of that way. And this was just before when they were still running to be the fucking president. And we go, man, we thought we was gonna have a good time, and it was nothing but sad. I bet my wife cried halfway across America, I ain't kidding. You know, it's like all we saw was poverty, homeless people, people living in trailers on the side of the road and shit like that. I mean, it was, you know, I used to go across America a lot, man, but I realized I hadn't been across like that since 1991, which seems like just a few weeks ago. But things have changed, and also, you know, I know you see in the movies all the old truck stops with truckers, and you get nice breakfast at the, oh, gone. Just like convenience stores, like, like you go to like a truck stop and there's like a McDonald's or something. All those old diners, everyone was gone. So it was a sad thing, but we was down in New Orleans, and I went out to this club to see, went out to see some New Orleans jazz, man. And this is, I mean, they got some New Orleans jazz down there that'll kill you to death, man. There's young people who've picked up, and if you want to stay poor, play New Orleans jazz. Ain't no one give you no money, but they're world class. And there's like all these young guys with tattoos and girls and shit like that, and in their 20s and 30s playing New Orleans jazz back from like the 20s and 30s and shit. And I went into this club that I liked down on Front Street called Spotted Cat, and there was a band, they were, none of them were more than 35, most of them were like 20-something, 30. They was like world class, yo. I mean, it was like, I was like, oh my God. And like they was kicking off, man. But when you play, like when that kind of jazz, anyone can jump up if you think you can do it. And you know, and I saw these two guys standing in the audience. They were so tall and skinny, and they looked like they were such dorks. And each one had a trombone. I go, no, this ain't gonna work out too well. And finally, the band who was playing stand-up bass, he spotted them. You know, and it's a tradition down. You go, want to come up and play? And they go, yeah. And they go, and he goes, where are y'all from? He goes, Belgium. And I was like, oh, this is so going to go south. And right away the guy goes, oh, you've come for the last season of America. And man, it just hit me in the forehead. And they didn't know what he was saying. They, you know, and they got up there, and Dave was world class. Dave was, you know, you couldn't have been better. And Dave, the whole thing just went up into heaven, man. It was amazing. But I left there with that thing ringing in my head, the last season of America. And that was our theme all the way out to LA. And by the time I got out there, I was so sick of that, I wrote a song.